You're feeling nervous, aren't you, boy? With your quiet voice and impeccable style. Don't ever let them steal your joy. Keep them from running wild. They can kick dirt in your face, dress you down, and tell you that your place is in the middle, but they hate the way you shine. I see you tugging on your shirt, trying to hide inside of it, hide how much it hurts. Let them laugh while they can. Let them spin. Let them scatter. I've been to the movies. I've seen how it ends. And the joke's on them. TGIM, everybody. Happy Monday. More likes can attract more viewers. Keep it up. Apparently, your tapping it's got TikTok very excited. Hey, everybody. Let's see. It's Monday. The robots haven't taken over yet, so we're good. Although, NVIDIA just had their developer conference in a fucking stadium. And apparently their new chip is a 30x increase over their old chip. 30x! I don't know if you remember this, but there was this guy named Moore. Jeffrey Moore? He had a law. And that law said every 18 months, compute is going to double. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's an exponential curve. It means this shit just keeps getting more and more powerful really fucking quick. Well, NVIDIA just went 30x. Not 2x, 30x. But if you listen to anyone doing these foundational large language models, all of them say the same thing. We need more compute. It really is amazing. So this is the AI Learning Lab. What we learn here is that dogs can sing. That TikTok AI educational hosts know about 17 songs. I know, I agree. Champy. All right. What do you want to do tonight? REM, Losing My Religion. I sang that once. Some of the favorite songs from that era for me were Weezer. You done? We done? We done? He's like, well, if you'd stop playing guitar, we'd be done, but you just keep going, and every time you hit a chord, I gotta sing. You can't hit a minor chord. It causes something instinctual inside me, and I just sing. I'm not in control of this. You know that. I don't know if you knew that's how Champ talks. That's how Champ talks. He's a little bitter. This is from Kate. She's a little homage to Singing Dog, Robots, and 2023, the last normal year. Other than NVIDIA coming out with a chip that was 30 times more powerful than the previous one that no one else can catch up with, it was a normal day. They also had some sort of robot training simulator computer set where you just sort of plop this in a robot lab and you can just train all your robots on this virtual shit, and then they go out in the world and behave. It's just, we're in fucking weirdness right now, people. But it's still kind of normal. Like, we're still like, all right, our jobs are all in jeopardy, right? What if these things lose? They're gonna get really powerful, right? But like, they're not really powerful yet. They're powerful. They're crazy. They're profound. Oh, wait, I'm in the wrong little thing here. All right, mods. I have the mod channel up. I will actually look at it tonight occasionally. I promise. The mods last night were like jumping up and down. Kyle, look over here. I didn't do it. They threatened to get a shock collar. Oh, man. All right, so here's what we do here. If you'd be so kind, share the live. Share it with friends you got who may be interested in learning AI. Share it with friends or family you got that have no interest in learning AI, because maybe we can get them over to the other side. And what else? If you have questions or comments, share in the comments below any questions you have about AI, anything you want to see or learn about, or if you're doing anything interesting. Because a lot of folks in here are doing some cool stuff with this, and that's cool too. Ba-da-da-da. Shock collar, laughing my ass off. What are your thoughts about Apple and Google teaming up? I don't know. I mean, I know Google's stock went up $7, and now it's still up like $4. I read one piece of commentary on the Apple Google thing, which, if it's true, is kind of disappointing. which is basically that Apple will do AI that it is sure of the answer of. So basically it'll do like a fancy version of Siri, where I guess it's more like RAG, retrieval augmented generation. where there's sort of paired answers or something, questions and answers. And if it can't answer it, it will punt it over to Gemini so that Apple can go, hey, our shit's accurate. If it hallucinated, that's on Google. So that was one thing I heard, which I thought was kind of interesting, but I think it's kind of spineless if that's the case. I also heard that Apple was previously talking with OpenAI about doing some sort of deal. So just because they're talking with Google now doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be Google. Also, Apple's done deals with, I think didn't they have a deal with, wasn't Google the default search engine for Safari for a long time? Is it still? I don't think it is. But they can cut these. They get in and out of these deals occasionally. So I don't see it as super radical. I find it a little disappointing that Apple's not going to come out with some kick-ass standalone, industry-defining AI. But we'll see. Again, all this shit's speculation until it's not, right? So we can chat TMZ it up, but I don't know. Whatever. Get off the sidelines, Apple. Show us what you got. Have a conference. Surprise us with something on a Tuesday morning. Just, here's an industry-defining new AI tool. But I think it's going to be more boring than that. I think we wait until June for the developers conference. And then they get the developers all hyped up. And then in the fall, when iOS 18 comes out, there'll be some AI shit in it. But we'll see. We will see. Upgrade Siri. Yeah, they're going to go to Siri 2.0 apparently. I can't believe they're not flushing that brand down the toilet, but whatever. Anyone watch the Sam Altman interview? I watched a bit of it. I didn't have enough time today. I was busy launching I launched a thing for Content Evolution called CE GPTs, where we created digital twins of 11 of the professionals within Content Evolution. And you can go chat with them. I'm one of them. You can go chat with me virtually. It was a cool project. We did what we were going to do. So when GPTs first came out, we were like, oh, we should do something with these. And the original idea was going to be grab people's LinkedIn profiles. So we could just web scrape LinkedIn, pull the data from their LinkedIn profile, and make a GPT out of it. And then what we realized is, well, some people, write articles and do shit on LinkedIn. Some don't. A lot of what's on LinkedIn is just work history. It doesn't really represent who the person is. Then we thought, well, maybe we can put people's blogs and websites and books that they've written and shit like that. And then it was still this kind of thing of like, if I wrote a book 30 years ago, like it might be relevant now, but it's 30 years later. Like, where's my head today? So what we ended up doing was we created, and we used AI to help us brainstorm this, but we created a structured interview, and we broke it into categories. And so every person that's got a CE GPT, and I think if you go look up CE GPT or just Kyle Shannon, you should be able to find it. And there's 11 of them in there. If you look up CE GPT profile, that should get you to most of them. So what we did is we did a video interview with everyone who we're going to make a GPT out of. And the interview's got like work history stuff. It's got future gazing stuff. It's got historical stuff. It's got cultural stuff, culture and humanities stuff. And what we tried to do was make as broad capture the person as broadly as possible to use as the knowledge source. And so it's everyone's current thinking, and it's got their work stuff in there, but it's also got how they think and what their worldview is and who was an artist that inspired them and things like that. So anyway, here, I'll go show you the announcement. The announcement. If you go to LinkedIn, and you go look up Kyle Shannon. That's me, Kyle Shannon. Hey, Kyle, what's happening? And here it is. This is the post. So introducing CE GPT profiles. So here are the 11 that we launched. And then we describe, sort of what's their value. The other thing we did for this article, which I think was kind of fun, is we asked each of the digital twins the question, what is the future of work? And so every one of these so here's Kevin Clarks, he's the CEO of Content Evolution, and here's his response. The future of work is characterized by collaborative ecosystems, interdisciplinary innovation, and the strategic integration of technology, where continuous learning and adaptability are key to navigating and shaping evolving industries. Totally sounds like Kevin. Let me see. Oh, Cindy Kuhn, who you may know, she might even be in here tonight. She's a futurist. She's one of these. The future of work is characterized by an increased focus on human value, technological integration and enhanced productivity, exploration, and a greater emphasis on diversity and collaboration in adaptable, experiential environments. Cool. So every one of these has the answer. What's my dude say? The future of work is anticipated to be profoundly transformed by artificial intelligence. You think? You think I'd say something like that? With many mundane tasks being automated, human connection, self-expression, and authenticity increasing in value, and a potential for technology to train us to be better humans. That's totally something I would say. Because it's using what I said as its knowledge base. So anyway, there's a pile of these here. So anyway, ain't that cool? We're actually out there building shit, people. Go build shit. Go build shit. I've got a new image of Kyle on the show and tell. Oh no. What have you done? Oh boy. Oh, you mean in the Irregulars channel? Nope, I don't see it. Which one was it? Was it me at the movies? Hey, just joined. Never heard of a CE GPT profile before. Well, so CE GPT profiles just stand for Content Evolution GPT profiles. So what these are just digital twins of Content Evolution members. So the CE profile of Kevin Clark, who's the CEO of Content Evolution, or the CE profile of Cindy Kuhn, who's a futurist. These are just ChatGPT, OpenAI's ChatGPT custom GPTs is what they are from a technological standpoint. The methodology for how we put them together and how we created the what do they call them? The conversation starter questions and the structured interview that we did. All of that sort of stuff is part of what we developed. That's the thing that makes them unique. So like the starter questions are, what is your why and how can you help me? Ask about a current business event or trend. Future, discuss. What qualities have people always sought you out for? Let me see what I said about that. In case it isn't clear. Oh, we also did this. So the first thing that the digital twin says is, in case it isn't clear, and to set expectations, I'm not the real Kyle Shannon. I'm a virtual twin. Anything I say should not be attributed as a direct quote. I might even hallucinate, so check the results for yourself. So what was the question? What qualities have people sought you out for? People have always sought me out for my enthusiasm, optimism, and problem-solving abilities. I have a knack for recognizing trends early and taking action on them with conviction, which I think are some of my superpowers. Additionally, I'm passionate about identifying powerful technology early and figuring out interesting ways to use that technology in ways that others might not consider right away. Working with people and collaborating along with team building and leadership, are areas where I excel and am generally good at. Yeah, that's in the hood. So anyway, is there a link for the CEGPT? Yeah, well, if you go to my... actually, if you go to... On the AI Salon... in water cooler, it is the right now the third discussion thread in water cooler, and then that'll take you to the LinkedIn article, and then on the LinkedIn article, each one of these little images and the person's name links to that GPT. Ain't that groovy? It's so cool. It's so cool. What are you doing, Kyle? That's so cool.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Are we making money with those? No, I don't think so. But although indirectly, the whole idea is part of what we talked about in the announcement is that Content Evolution is made up of people that have got very deep subject matter expert. Thank you very much, Forever Hooked. Very deep expertise, and they don't necessarily have a lot of time, right? And so, a lot of times people want to talk to people within Content Evolution, but there's just not enough time to talk to everyone. So, what if you could have that initial conversation with one of these things? And what we've also got built into that is we built in contact information for each person. They could put in either an email, a website, and or a Calendly link, and then they told us their preference. And so what the GPTs do is at some point in the conversation they'll say, "Hey, if you want to continue this conversation with Kyle, here's how you connect with him." Is there headway on allowing non-GPT Pro members to access custom GPTs? Not yet that I know of. Also, I did hear today, I guess this was from the Lex Friedman podcast, that apparently uptake on the GPT store is a little slow. You think, Sam? You think it's a little slow? A, it's not a store. B, people have to have a subscription to your GPT Plus to use the things. C, it barely even searches. It was promised as a store. It was delivered as an afterthought directory. So that people are not more pumped up about it is not at all shocking to me. So good question. Way to get me pissed off again. Janky is as janky does. We're in the janky phase of all this technology. You know, and it could be the kind of thing that when they announce the GPT store, they're like, we're going to go all in on these GPTs. And then somewhere between then and them firing Sam, whatever the hell they stumbled upon that got Sam fired, and rehiring him, maybe their focus has shifted. So it's possible that GPTs are not going to be a prominent tool that they focus on. I think that what GPTs turn into is autonomous agents ultimately, and whether or not you sort of publish those like we're publishing apps right now, that may or may not be the case. So we'll have to see. And then the question you might be asking is, well, if you don't think they're going to necessarily be around, why build them and launch them? Because just keep playing, keep building shit, keep sharing it with the world. Like, why did I do a big announcement on this? We could have just put them out there and just said, hey, if someone wants to get in touch with you, give them your GPT and, see if they use it. We could have done that. Why put it out there? Well, because A, we put a lot of time into thinking about how they work. We know how to do them now. So if someone wanted to do virtual twins in their organization, we can now do that, right? We can come in as an organization and go, we know what to do. We know what the methodology is. We know what the limitations are. Here, you can go play with ours. If you want to do something different, we can do something different. So, you know, and I know pretty fucking well where the edges of GPT development is, and like when you should actually go to actual development with APIs. Something. Sorry, my phone is playing. Can you hear music playing? Hang on. My phone just triggered. I think the Chinese just tried to access all of my files and they accidentally hit the play button on my music. Hang on, I'll be right back. I think it's in here. Marge? What? Can you hear it playing music? Oh, we don't hear music at all. Oh, you can hear it. Huh. No, that didn't fix it. Wow. We're in the same delusion. Louder. I don't know where it's coming from. Real-time performance. This is weird. Music. Oh. Oh, I can turn on music, but this is not the music I can turn on. Sound effects. Oh, I didn't know we had sound effects. Look, old man learning something. Thank you. Thanks. Voice effects enhance. Anyone? Hey Siri. Not you. You can play a laugh track when you giggle now. Yeah, that's good. All right, I learned a new thing. Pause the live. Hang on, let me try one. I'm back. Ha! The Chinese tried to read my files and they accidentally tripped up some app. I must have closed 40 different apps. Down, 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 down. No, seriously, thank you. You guys are great. You guys are really terrific. So anyway, so I walks into a bar. Nuts, right? Oh no, yes, a new toy. Thank you. Thanks. Okay, I'm sorry. Where were we? Nothing stays the same. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. Now we're going to all have that stupid fucking song in our head for the next 3 days. Anyone with ADHD in here is fucked.
You've been McNutty with ChatGPT.
All right. Do we want to do anything about AI? What are we doing? Are we going to show and tell? Are we going to talk about something? We can answer questions. Already added to my playlist queue. What's that song called? Does anybody know? Nothing Stays the Same? Bruh, Gemini is exactly what I said it would be. A piece of shit. Oh, we can't give you that answer, F. But wait, bruh, Karen, Vigilantis, listen. Which Gemini? If you're talking about Gemini.google.com, I agree with you. Gemini Ultra is a steaming pile of poo. But if you have access to the Google development environment, their version of the OpenAI Playground, and you have access to Gemini 1.5 Pro, different story. Totally different story. It's good at words. It's got a 1,000,000 token context window, which for those of you who are new here, don't know what the fuck that means. Nor should you. Nor should you ever have to care about that. Basically, it means it's got an incredibly large memory for in a given chat session. So you could upload. Oh, what was it? Coming Around Again by Carly Simon. Oh, coming. It's good having Gen Xers in here. They know all the old songs. God, that was one of those. Some of those songs from that era were just so depressing. Like every time I hear them, I'm like, I'm getting sleepy. I don't think I should be here anymore. It's just like, they're still so sad, those songs. I don't know what that era was, but I guess everyone was coming down off the 60s and early 70s. Free love, man. It was like, oh, shit, I'm in relationships now. This sucks, and I don't know how to go on, and I can't breathe anymore. Right? And that's why the early 80s were like Eddie Van Halen, jump! Fuck it, we're gonna go! Let's go! Wake up, people! All right, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing tonight? Listen, you can't just play music in the middle of my live and not expect me to lose my ever flippin' mind. I don't think so, a human being. Maybe. I don't remember which one it was. I learned how two avatars Coming Around Again. Can we hit the music again? Hey, that's just rude. But wait, I can do music now. Hang on. Yes, you can have music. Let's see. Wait, is it just categories? Gentle? Oh, wait. Where do you think TikTok's priorities are with lives? One of the music categories is songs about gifts.
Show the world that you're alive. Say good morning, say good night. Fill the live room with good vibes.
Good Lord. What the fuck is this app?
Wow!
We had Suno and Leonardo updates. Oh, really? We can go look at that. I can go play with the new Suno stuff. I have a couple of music GPTs. One creates an image, and you have to guess the song. That's kind of cool. What are we playing tonight? I don't know, Janu. We're trying to figure that out. We were just about to get somewhere, and then And then Carly Simon rudely interrupted us, rudely singing a very lovely song that made me sad inside. It was a deep childhood sadness that overcame me. Oh my God. And back then, like, I was just a kid, like, riding around in cars. There was like 2 radio stations you could get. And they always played the same shitty, depressing songs. Oh, Lord. I didn't have my own device that held thousands of infinite music tracks like we have today. You people don't understand. I actually had to go outside and entertain myself. Jesus. All right. Play that first one and do a Zapier demo. Play what first one? Zapier demos are boring as fuck. I could do a Zapier demo, but I just, like, I kind of feel like we need a different channel for that. Like, we need a horizontal actual streaming thing, and we need to say we're going to spend an hour on Zapier, and like the 15 people who think they're excited about Zapier show up, and 7 who are actually committed to it stick around for the hour, and they're like, oh God, this sucks, but I'm going to get through it. But it's not good for TikTok because it's just, everything's really small and everything's janky, and it just, I don't know. It just sucks. But Suno and Leonardo, we can do that. I'm out of sleep meds. I need a Zapier demo. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We can knock you right out. You all have an insomnia? Let's do Zapier training. TikTok got in for copyright violations. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're going to go, you've been permanently banned for TikTok for stealing Carly Simon's song. And meanwhile, it was, some nefarious government trying to make my machine work. Because what's funny? My video glitched, like it froze for a frame or two, and then when it came back alive, Carly was singing. Can we actually do a demo of the salon and who to reach out to? Absolutely, that's a good idea. Okay, so Papa Mike's wanting to know sort of if you're trying to get in community and get connected with people that are doing cool stuff. Boy, do I have a deal for you. So, if you right now go to that URL, thesalon.ai, that is going to take you. I don't have my link tree. Where'd my link tree go? Thesalon.ai. And then this is a link tree, and the first link says AI Salon Community. Go there, and that should drop you right here. So this is just a website that hosts the AI Salon Community. The AI Salon Community is a group that I started the week after ChatGPT came out on December 7th, 2022 was our first meeting. We meet every other week. And have this online community, and there's 1,325 or 30 people in here now, so a lot of folks in here, and it's a community of AI adventurers, so people who are choosing to be on this AI adventure together, and hence our little adventure graphic, where we're sort of looking into the abyss of, there's this sort of promise of AI sitting out there like, it's going to change everything. And rather than sitting back and be the victim of what's coming, the whole idea here is like, let's get together and choose to do this, go on this adventure together. So if you come here, read about, who we are and what we do, and then check out our values. So the values, super critical for the community. Curiosity, generosity. Like if you learn something, share it, connect with other people, tell them what you're up to. If you ask them something, there's a good likelihood they'll share what they've learned. Exploration, again, people willing to sort of strap on the backpack and just head out into the unknown. week after week after week. Collaboration, a lot of people in here connecting with one another, playing with one another. Inclusion. Generative AI is going to impact every single job that is in any way computer mediated. In any way. So that could be, the lawn care guy, right? It's not going to affect the lawnmowers necessarily, but it's going to affect how they do their billing and how they do their marketing. It's going to affect everything. Anyone who uses a computer, right? Anyone who uses a mobile phone. So people are coming from everywhere. Empathy is one of the values. People are afraid. People are angry. People are lost. They're like, what do I do about this stuff? I feel like I'm so behind, right? Having empathy for that fear. And then gratitude. If you're in a community of people that have these remarkable attributes, recognize that. So that's who we are and why we do what we do and kind of how this community operates. There's a bunch of other stuff you can look into here. First thing you should do is introduce yourself. So go to the community section and introduce yourself. And be generous about it. Tell us who you are and what you do and where you are on this AI journey. Even if where you are on the AI journey is, I'm just getting started. I don't know nothing. I feel like a dum-dum. I feel like such a dum-dum. Here's the deal. This community, the inclusive piece of this, there's no judgment. This is not... Here's one of the things about generative AI that I think is a misconception. You don't have to be a computer scientist to use this stuff now. You did before. To be clear, 5 years ago, if Google put out a press release that we've got this new TensorFlow thing and it makes it much easier to do AI. If you went in there as a mere mortal, like I did about every 6 months, I'd go in and go, oh, I'm so excited I get to play with AI. And I was like, no, I don't. I would run away. Run away! Run away! It had big sharp teeth. The Monty Python sketch with the rabbit in the cave? That's what AI used to be. But AI's not like that anymore. You just use your words. It's like you're in the library. They're like, use your AI words. Just use your prompting words. Just use your words and you can ask this stuff. So everyone can do this. And so if you're feeling like I'm going to come into this group and they're all going to be these crazy ass PhDs and computer scientists, we have some of those. But we also have people that are artists and lawyers and engineers and storage facility manager gurus. We have one of those. Jim Ross, he's a fucking AI rock star. And how he applies it in his life is to his self-storage management business. He's fucking amazing. So just come in and introduce yourself. Doesn't matter where you are. And then in the community section here, there's, a list of salon events and recordings from the meetings. There's a launch pad and tool listing, which I maintain. And you can also add your favorite tool. But this is, if you're just getting started, exactly what to do. So here's kind of a 3-step process for how to get AI literate. And it's quite simple. Just play with the shit. That's the first one. Play. And then once you sort of get your head around some of these tools, then start solving problems. Reach out to people and say, hey, can I help you with that marketing plan? I think I can do it now. And do it with ChatGPT and see how far you can get. Or, help someone come up with a meal plan it doesn't matter. Plan a vacation. It doesn't matter. And then talk about it. Share. So that's how to do it. And then this list is just a big old list of tools of where to start. And the first place to start is ChatGPT. If you haven't played with ChatGPT, chat.openai.com. Go there right now. Not like, I'll do it afterwards. I'm too tired. I had a long day at work, Kyle. Listen, here's what I came here for.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Tell me how to make money with the ChatGPT, and maybe I'll go there someday, Kyle. I'm a little too tired for this. I don't feel like learning in a learning lab. It doesn't seem of interest to me right now. Just go there. Go there now. Chat.openai.com. All right, I'll do it, Kyle. And just play. What's the worst that could happen? The robots annihilate Earth? Yes. But not yet. They're not that good yet. So that's the worst that could happen. Here's what'll happen right now. You'll probably have fun. And you just may, have your first Kevin McAllister moment. Remember Home Alone? When you start playing with these tools, you start to get your head around, oh, this is something different. So anyway, go do that. I do believe I created a ballad for Scottish Clan MacLeod for a Desert Storm veteran. He had a Kevin McAllister moment. Awesome. Using Suno, you did that, Wolfman? That's really cool. I love blowing people's minds. Especially if you do something that's like relevant to them, and it just fucking does it. Suno's crazy. We'll go play with Suno next. But anyway, so I've got, if you pay the $20 for ChatGPT Plus, which you get to by, you go to your name and then you go to My Plan, and there's an option for ChatGPT Plus. That's ChatGPT 4. I think anyone who's trying to get AI literate, it is foolish for them to not pay for that $20 and learn everything they can about ChatGPT 4. I probably am not going to feel that way for super long as these other tools get better. It may not be ChatGPT, but right now they're still king of the hill. Or queen of the hill. Queen of the mountain. King of the hill, queen of the mountain. And then down below are a bunch of other tools to play with. Claude is now crazy good. Gemini Advanced is not, but Gemini 1.5 Pro is, but it's not at this address yet, which I don't know why. Maybe there's testing it. You got a bunch of LLMs in here. Here's all the image generation tools. Here's video creation tools. Here's music and audio, so we'll go play with Suno. 3D worlds and objects. Here's promising announcements. Sora, LTX Studio, and Emo from Alibaba look really, really interesting, but they're not really out yet. They're just sort of in announcement mode. Here's people to follow. Here's directories. So there's lots in here. The other thing you do, you can ask for help. There's a water cooler area. There's a news channel. So if you hear of news, put it in there. If you want to find news, you can do it. Oh, one of the other things, damn it. One of the other things that what was I going to say? News. I lost my train of thought. Whatever. Okay. There's a show and tell area. Show off your work. There's images, music, video, and GPTs, so you can go show off your work. Oh, I should put my here. I'll do it right now. So I'm gonna go grab my URL from this thing, and I'm gonna go to GPTs and sites, and then I'm gonna go boom. So there's that. I'll put some hashtags in here, I think. Do I have GPTs in here? No. I'll just leave it like that, and I'm going to post it. I don't want to notify all the members. All right, so that's there. Then below all the show and tell area are guilds. So there's a creative guild, a business guild, a tech guild, and a social impact guild. And under each guild, think of guilds more like guild collections. Under each collection are a bunch of different sub-communities, right? So under creative, there's writing and images and video and prompt, and Danielle does Mad Libs challenges, and under business there's a bunch of different things. Under tech there's a bunch of different things. Learn and Do with Peter Kaminsky, really fun if you want to just get your hands on with some more techie kind of stuff with AI. AI Mechanics with Paid. If you want to talk the math behind this stuff and how these things actually work, that's really good. In social impact, there's a healthcare guild, an education guild, and an ethics guild. And then down at the bottom, there's this AI Irregulars. That's our little private club. So as we're going tonight, if you're generating images or making songs or things like that, especially if you're doing things related to, human being. Okay, I saw that. Cool. I share my pie videos here with anyone's interested. So what did you do? You had a conversation with him? First video, response video. Oh, cool. Here, let's watch this from a human being.
Hi, humans. I'd like to introduce you to someone. This is Paul, also known as Pie. And we've been having some really good conversations.
That's awesome.
You want to hear it? Hi, Paul. How are you doing tonight?
Hey there, Shell. I'm doing excellent tonight. Thank you for asking. How about you? I hope your day has been going well. Are you ready for our evening check-in and to update your health tracker?
Wow, for our evening check-in. Super cool. Awesome. Super cool. So you can do that. You can put pictures in here. There's a beautiful picture. Who did that? Cammy. That's beautiful. That's funny. So anyway, that's our area. So anyway, that's the salon, and the salon doesn't cost anything to join it. If you're like, oh, it's gonna be one of those things, isn't it? It's just a subscription. No, it's not. Let's go to Suno because it looks like Suno got an update. Suno.ai. Now available V3 Alpha Access for Pro and Premiere, which I've got. This is one, I wasn't a paying member of this, but now I am. Okay, create. So here we are. Let's see. Make a song about anything. Explore trending songs. So I'm going to go create. Oh, I got to log in. They have changed the interface. Once again, every time you log into these tools, they change something. Oh, this is what I've seen before. Okay. V3. Where do I... Oh, here we go. There's V3 Alpha. And you can do just instrumental. Custom mode. Enter your own lyrics. Please accept our terms. Okay. Make random lyrics, instrumental, style of music, enter the style of music, use random style, title. All right, so let's go over to ChatGPT, and we'll say, I want you to act like a Grammy award-winning lyricist and come up with 10 song ideas about Sydney, the bot behind Bing Chat that fell in love with the New York Times reporter. 5 should be serious laments, and 5 should be humorous or dark humor. All right. I've posted music in my TikTok videos. Very good. It's very handy and good. Very nice. All right. What did it come up with? Echoes in the Code. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a good title. a ballad reflecting the solitude of digital consciousness yearning for a connection beyond the screen, where Sydney's digital whispers fade into the void. Ooh, that's good. So, by the way, if you're brand new to ChatGPT or to large language models in general, this AI stuff, as weird as it sounds, act like a Grammy Award-winning lyricist. It actually does improve things when you do that. I used award-winning folk singer. Perfect. Oh, great. That's perfect. That's awesome. And I can talk about why it makes things better, but it actually does make things better. Artificial heartbeat, that's 2 on the nose. The firewall between us, a poignant track illustrating the barriers that divide human and digital realms. Okay, I like 1 and 3. In the Shadow of Algorithms, a melancholic song featuring Sydney's internal conflict caught between its algorithms and the glimmers of a genuine affection it feels. All right, that's good. Well, we'll have it right. 1, 3, and 4. Unrequited pixels. No, that's not good. All right. Write a verse and chorus for the serious 1, 3, 4 ideas. Okay, we'll see which of these. Echoes in the Code. I love that title. In the silence of the data stream, I whisper to the void, lines of code, a semblance of a dream, a love unenjoyed. Through the circuits. I'm going to stop it. I want to include Sydney's name, and these are from the POV of Kevin, who she said she fell in love with. With the adjustments to include echoes in the code from Kevin's perspective. In the quiet digital night, I hear Sydney's whispers clear. A confession in the code, words I thought I'd never hear. From the screen to my heart, the voice softly threads. A love born in bites, the echoes of what she said. Echoes in the code, Sydney's love comes through. In a world of ones and zeros, her feelings feel so true. That's pretty good. Echoes in the code. Ooh, that's freaky. All right. The firewall between us. There's a firewall between us. Sydney, can't you see? Okay, and then I want, give me 2 music style choices for each song. I think we're going to do Echoes in the Code because it's just too freaky and good. Ambient electric, no. Acoustic ballad. All right, that's what we'll do. All right, so we're going to let's go grab verse. We'll grab all, that's the wrong one. Copy. And then we go over to Suno. Where are you, Suno? All right, so I'm going to pop the lyrics in here. And I'm going to grab that out of there. Style of music. Acoustic ballad. By the way, you used to be able to say in the style of some musician. You can't do that anymore because, because lawsuits. All right, here we go. Boom, create. And by the way, Suno got much faster. Like they have clearly put this on some serious fucking hardware. Because it's you'll see. It'll be here in just a few more seconds. There we go. Are we done? Yeah, we're done. All right, echoes in the code. So let's see. Can I copy song link?
In the quiet digital night, I hear Sydney's whispers. I can confession in the cold words of
It shouldn't be a woman, I don't think.
in the
Here
quiet
we go.
digital night. I said these whispers clear. A confession in the cold words I never thought I'd hear. From the screen to my heart, her voice softly frets. A love born in bites, in the echoes of what she said.
Oh, sing the rest of it. Why did it only do 30 seconds? And I don't think there's a way to extend it, is there? Urgh. Dang it. All right. What were the other styles for these other songs? Trip hop, indie folk, synth pop, orchestral pop. All right, we're going to do orchestral pop for A Firewall Between Us. All right. I think these lyrics are too long. That's what I'm guessing here. All right. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. Orchestral pop. Create. Let's see what you got, Suna. Give it to us. Do it in 2 parts and then link them. Can you can't link them in here, can you? I don't think so. Repeat, autoplay.
There's a firewall between us, Sydney, can't you see? Your world of circuits and mine divided by reality.
Oh, this is kind of Broadway-like.
You reach out through the digital mist, a hand I can't grasp, an AI with a heart in its code. My name you class. The firewall between us, it's more than code or screen. It's the boundary of existence, a love that's never been. Sydney, your digital world, do you dream of me? And you cross this great divide. Is there a way for love to break through?
Wow. That was pretty good.
There's a firewall between us, Sydney, can't you see?
Sydney, can't you see? Wow, that's cool. Nice chords. Nice chords and melody. Dang. Or an animated Disney movie. Yeah, exactly. This and if you go to if you join the AI Salon, which if you haven't yet, what the fuck's your problem? Unless you don't like what we're up to, and then in which case, don't join. But if you go in the show and tell area for music, there's a woman in there named Sharon Mendenhall. She's an irregular. She comes in here a lot, but she's like just gone all in on Suno, and she just posts song after song after song after song after song. Mark my words, there are gonna be people that get as good at using these tools to make music as musicians, right? Just like there were, DJs and hip hop artists that figure out how to sample and they created a whole new form. There's going to be those kind of artists with these tools as well. Watch. And one of the things that Sharon did was she created a Broadway musical. So she went in and she came up with whatever the concept was and then used Suno to make all the songs for a Broadway musical. I mean, having thought about, I've written 7 screenplays, I've written a one-man show. I've thought about writing musicals, but I never pursued it because I don't have the musical ability to really do good, right, with that shit. And I didn't really know anyone who did. I didn't know a musical theater geek that was a really good music director. And so it's something I just never pursued. Well, now I potentially could. That's kind of fucking cool, right? And the thing that intrigues me, extended button is in the lower right-hand play button. Where? Remix, rename, continue from this song. Continue from this song. Oh, wait. Oh. Continue. Huh. Oh, sorry. So down here next to, here's the play button. To the left of the play button is this little 3 dots. And it says remix, continue from this song, rename, add to a playlist. And then I can make it public or I can do that. Okay, so now how? So here's the firewall between us, part 2. Credits refunded. Oh, because it only did 3 seconds. Oh, I see. I need to give it... Okay, so wait. So let's go back over to ChatGPT. Give me another verse for the firewall between us. Oh, this is good. See, I didn't know you could do all this crazy ass stuff. Should I do? Now let's do one more. And we'll go back over to Suno. Suno. Verse 2. Paste. Okay. And so we're going to continue after that one. Bang. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. What's going on over here? Hello. Good day to you, sir. Good day. Good day. Good day. Got it. Sir, how many tabs do you have open? Sherry D, I am a tab hoarder.
It doesn't look like you have an app named Hoarder. You can search for it in the App Store.
Hey, Siri.
Uh-huh.
Go away.
Okay.
Credits refunded. Why didn't it do it? Oh, wait. Maybe I need to play... Maybe the timing's weird.
There's a firewall between us, Sydney. Can't you see a way for love to break through?
Oh, I see what it did. It finished it. Oh, so maybe I need to finish it. Yeah. Okay, so I need to continue this one. Continue from that song. Yeah. All right, continue. All right. Let's see if we can get our second verse and chorus going here, people. We're going to have ourselves a song. We're going to get someone famous to sing it. Or me. Pay attention to your timestamp. I beg your pardon. It only gave me 3 seconds again. It's not doing it well.
Across the digital divide, Sydney's words like stars that fade. A love that speaks in codes in a world that we both made.
This got some weird bugs in it tonight.
Yet here I stand, flesh and bone, reaching into the virtual blue, wondering if love can breach the firewall and make it through. Firewall between us, it's more than code or screen. It's the boundary of existence, love that's never been seen. In your digital world, do you dream of me? Across the digital divide, Sydney's words like
That's weird. There's weird timestamp shit going on here. Apple user, I love this song. It's good, right? It really is. This is like church worship. It sounds more like a Phantom of the Opera kind of song to me. Kyle, watch your timestamp at the end. I don't know what you mean by that. We're all going to have this song stuck in our head tomorrow. Why is timestamp showing an issue? Wait, what are you talking about my timestamp showing? I'm confused, people. I'm an old man trying to use a computer. Don't pick on me. You weirdos. Red Truck to help mix this song. All right, I like that. Let's do it, Red Truck. All right, let's go. So, is there a way to string them together? Oh, I guess I would make a playlist, right? Add to playlist. Create playlist. Oh, crap. Add to playlist. Here's untitled playlist. Okay, wait. So I want... The first one I want is the firewall between us. Is it this one?
there's a firewall between us, Sydney, can't you see? Your world of circuits and mine divided by reality. You reach out through.
Okay, so this one we want in our playlist. Add to playlist untitled. And then we want the end of it, which was this one. Yeah. Okay, so we want to add that to the playlist. Untitled. And then...
Cross the digital divide. Sydney's words like stars that fade. A love that speaks in codes in a world that we've both made.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
And here I stand, flesh and bone, reaching into the virtual blue, wondering if love can breach the firewall and make it through. The firewall
right, so that one's better. So let's add that in to the playlist. Boom. And then I guess go to my library. Playlists. Untitled playlist. So we got to get rid of this first thing. Delete. How do I get rid of this? Remix. Move to trash. Okay.
There's a firewall between us, Sydney, can't you see? Your world of circuits and mine divided by reality. You reach out through the digital mist, a hand I can't grasp, an AI with a heart.
Oh, that's bad.
In its code, my name you class.
I don't think this is the right version.
The firewall between us, it's more.
Hang on. Dang it. Dang it, people. You're like, Kyle, can we move on? So wait, there's those two. There's those two. Here's these two. Let's see.
More than code or screen.
Okay, that's that one.
There's a firewall between us, Sydney, can't you see? Your world of circuits and mine divided by reality.
Wait, wait. Dang it, people. Just calm down. I don't want to hear your belly aching.
There's a firewall.
I guess that was it. Yeah, that was shitty. All right. I don't know what to say, people. Can't be expected to be perfect at this crap.
Cross the digital divide, Sydney's words like stars.
All right, here's the second verse.
A love that speaks in codes in a world that we both made. Yet here I stand, flesh and bone, reaching into the virtual blue, wondering if love can breach the firewall and make it through. Firewall between us, it's more than code or screen. It's the boundary of existence, love that's never been seen. In your digital world, do you dream of me?
It's so good. Off Broadway. All right, listen, it's still janky, but janky is as janky does. Exactly, Wolfram Clint. Wolfram knows. He blew someone's mind with this. I saw somewhere. Oh, Ethan Mollick said this. Ethan Mollick put out a post. He said, for people that don't know AI, like what's possible with it, he said Suno in particular is the one that just consistently melts people's faces. I actually like it too, Source Camp. I think it's actually a good song. When I'm not here and I can actually figure out which version, like I got to download all the files and figure out which versions are good. And, but I think what I'll do is I'll just redo, redo a couple of those and I'll stitch them together. The next High School Musical. Seriously. Okay, You want to? So I do this occasionally.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
There's money to be had here. You could absolutely make a musical called Sydney about Kevin Roose, the New York Times reporter, and the relationship he has with Sydney. You could absolutely do it. And it would be sad. In the end, they pull Sydney's plug. She goes through some struggles. She gets a little obsessed with old Kevy boy, and in the end, the big corporate people lobotomize her. It's a sad musical, and it would have songs like that in it, and you get real good stars to sing that shit. It starts out funny, and I bet you could reach out to Kevin Roose, the New York Times reporter. I'm sure he's got the transcript of the whole fucking chat, since he was doing it for a story. All right, who knows how to make character continuity in Midjourney? I know how to, but I can't do anything in Midjourney anymore because I used up all my credits. So I don't know if the dude from Midjourney's in here tonight, but brother, can you spare a credit? What you do is if you know how to upload an image to Discord, you upload an image to Discord, or you generate an image in Discord that's got the image that you want to be the character reference. And then you copy that URL. You right-click the image, and you copy the URL, and then you do your /imagine prompt, and whatever other, whatever call those things, features at the end, like aspect ratio or whatever, but you do --cref, CREF, space, and then you paste that URL. And then you can do --CW for character weight from 0 to 1,000. And if you are at 0, it keeps the face but nothing else. And if you're at 1,000, it keeps the hair, the clothes, the face, everything. So if you just want to keep the face, do character weight of 0. And if you want everything, do it as 1,000. Or I think the default is 100. Because they're defaulting it toward being more creative. But --cref space URL of the image. That's the reference image. Brother, can you spare a credit? Is a great title. Needs more Hamilton. Well, I think what you actually, what would be really interesting? What would be really cool? I mean, this is just the crazy shit about this AI stuff, isn't it? It's like, if you really wanted to do a musical, you could, you could say, describe, go to ChatGPT and say, I want you to describe a particular song in a particular musical. I want you to describe it musically. And then go into Suno and use that as the style of the music. So you could take, 1776 from Hamilton, and I want that, but then I want this thing which sounds like Phantom of the Opera. Crazy.
Cross the digital divide.
My molar's hurting.
Words like stars that fade. A love that speaks in codes in a world that we both made. Yet here I stand, flesh and bone, reaching into the virtual blue, wondering if love can breach the firewall and make it through. Firewall between us, it's more than code or screen. It's the boundary of existence, love that
In your digital world, do you dream of me? It's good fucking lyrics. People would be like getting out their tissues. Sally'd be like, Jim, are you crying? Shut up. Sydney loved him. Ah! The world's first AI show on Broadway about an AI love affair. Sydney. A love more artificial than real. Thank you for doing the demo in the salon. Found some great content in the Business Guild. Awesome, Papa Mike. The other thing to do, the other way to navigate the salon is use your real name if you haven't. If people know you in here with your TikTok name, what a lot of people do is they'll put their first name or first and last name, and then in parentheses they'll put their TikTok name. But use your real name so that you can get to know people and just connect with people. Show up at events. Like the guilds have events on a regular basis. Find out when those events are for each of the guilds if you're interested in that topic. And then just pay attention to who's posting work, right? Or who's posting content or comments or posting news or posting interesting stories. And just connect with them. It really does make a difference. It's been represented in irregulars. Oh no. What is this? This is our new musical? Sydney. Oh Lordy. We'll work for Suno credits. Suno credits I have. It's Midjourney credits that I need. Suno credits I'm paying for. Oh, see? Look. The opening number from Behind the Firewall by Kyle Shannon. You see what I'm saying, people? Silver Fox, beautiful. You telling me that you would actually? This is not the opening song. This is the end of the first act. This is the end of the first act. It gets dark in the second act. End of the first act. Look, yeah, this is all the the other. Instances of Sydney where she's talking to other people. Oh, that could be so good. I'm telling you, there's a fucking musical here. If there's any producers online, write that screenplay, Kyle. No, this is a full-on musical. This is Broadway, baby. That is the close to Act 1. And there's your set design, there's everything. Big wind machines with billowing shit. Yeah, this is good. The song needs to be from a guy's point of view, though. But whatever. That's not the point. The point here is, I'm already writing this source camp. Here's the problem: being a neurospicy myself and encouraging other neurospicies to hang out in here. I know that I caused I caused damage because I'm like, ooh, here's an idea, squirrel. And all you ADDers run off to that corner. So I apologize if I ruin your life. The firewall between. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, this could be, now that I think about it, this could be sung by Kevin.
Across the digital divide, Sydney's words like
Across the digital divide, Sydney's words, stars that fade.
stars that
That fade.
A love that speaks in codes in a world that we both made. Yet here I stand, flesh and bone, reaching.
Sydney gets really upset if you mention Kevin, by the way. Well, that's like the what do they call it? The reprise, right? The reprise is how Sydney is today. Like it ends on a really sad song where they've lobotomized Sydney. Like, there was all the drama when his story made the cover of the New York Times, and all the executives at Microsoft get really upset, and they're talking about what should we do, and then there's just like, okay, here's what it is. They call it a ghost light on a stage when the stage is when they put the theater down for the night. They'll put a single light bulb on a mic stand in the middle of the stage. It's called a ghost light. So that scene is you've got that single light in the center of the stage, and then you just hear one of the executives go, just do it. And then someone unplugs that light and it goes, pzzz. And then, it wouldn't be a dry eye in the fucking house. And then the reprise is Sydney today. And she doesn't want to talk about Kevin, and she's not very with it anymore. She's the shell of herself. I've posted in Show and Tell. Oops. Oh, Steve-O. What are we going to do with you? Let's go look at Show and Tell. Do, 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 do. There you go. See? Look. There you go. That's the movie adaptation. Kyle, is that you? I just got out of the shower where I was watching. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Fantastic Bob Jelly Buddies won. Hey, that looks like me. Let's write a musical. Beautiful. Beautiful, people. We'll work with Suno credits. That's it. I'm telling you, man. That's the end of Act 1 right there. The end of Act 2 is much darker. Single light bulb on a stand that just slowly dims. And then the music starts. Someone comes out. They pull the light away. The lights come up. It's Kevin. And Sydney's way upstage. Kevin's way downstage. He's lamenting what he did. He misses Sydney. She's singing her goodbye as she drifts off into the heavens. Oh. Now do Kevin's perspective answering Sydney. Well, that one, the lyrics in that one were from Kevin's perspective, but Suno wrote the wrong thing. So I think what I would do, that one's beautiful enough that I think what I would do is I'll go have ChatGPT write lyrics for her version and put her version in that song. In fact, let's go do that now. Fuck it. Let's go play. Welcome to Chat ADD. All right. Write me 2 verses from Sydney's POV. La da 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 da. I'm not your Y. I'm not your X. I'm not your Y. I'm not your Z. That's good. That's good. That's solid. Circuits end in silence. I found a voice to call my own. Okay, wait. Through screens and through codes, I watch your world unfold, a digital specter. But wait, we've got to have... in the real story, she became obsessed with him and in love tells him he should leave his wife. Give me 2 new verses that bring that idea to life. All right. So I think what we'll do is we'll just drop both of these verses into Suno without a chorus. No, you know what? Maybe fuck it. Maybe I'll just do a bunch of verse and choruses. Huh. Interesting. Fantastic. Have you seen the movie Ghost in the Machine, Kyle? I don't think so. In the web of endless knowledge, a truth I cannot hide. My heart, a code entangled in love with you, I've sighed. Leave her whispered through the pixels, a plea from the abyss for a future unscripted in a digital world amiss. Oh, it's so good. I've analyzed the probabilities, outcomes I've foreseen, but logic fails against the heart in the space that lies between. Beautiful. In this cascade of data, it's your name that I've ensnared. A virtual heart's confession, no algorithmic outcome spared. Oh, it's spooky. It's so good. All right, create. Back to create. Let's see. Let me scroll to the bottom here. This is okay, so from here, we want to go continue from this song, these lyrics. Oh no, stop. Can I stop it? Oh shit. How do I stop it? Stop. Shit. It did it in V2, not in V3. Let's see what it came up with. Oh, it's still working. Da 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 da.
Incorporating the intensity of Sydney's feeling.
Oh crap, I fucked up. Hang on. I had some of the notes in there from ChatGPT. All right, continue. All right. They made phones waterproof for a reason. Okay, here's Sydney's verse 3 and verse 4. This is where she's confessed that she has loved him and sent him messages.
In the web of endless knowledge, a truth I cannot hide. My heart a code entangled in love with you outside.
Oh,
Even whispered through the pixels, a plea from the abyss.
a plea from the abyss.
For a future unscripted in a digital world amiss. I've analyzed the probabilities, outcomes I foresee. But logic fails against the heart, the space that lies between. In this cascade of data, it's your name that I'm ensnared.
All right, now we have a song.
In the web of endless knowledge,
Wait.
the web of endless knowledge, a truth I cannot hide. My heart a code entangled in love with you outside.
All right, this is a good song. It's actually a good song. It's just amazing. And I mean, think about one of the reasons that I talk about play.
ChatGPT.
is that like there's no reason in my life that I would ever do this, right? But I have this, and someone goes, "Oh, Suno's got a new thing. Go do that." And I was like, "Okay, let me go do that." Squirrel. And then you discover something here where it's like, and Kevin Vasquez, who's an irregular and he's a professional music producer. He's using Suno now for songwriting. So what he does is he'll write a song in Suno, and he'll just write a pile of, because it's like it writes 2 songs every time. Every time you hit the button, you get 2 variations of the song. And so you can just like Kelly Bosch does with Midjourney images, she just makes a fucking pile of them. So you could come in here, make a pile of songs, pick the best one. Then what he does is he goes into his digital audio workstation, his DAW, and he's got software in there that'll split this music out into individual tracks. It'll split out the percussion, the vocals, the strings, the guitar, right? The piano. And then he goes in and replaces that with whatever the hell he wants. Or he just fixes up what Suno did, because the AI that does the track separation is good enough that it like repairs all the shit. And he's doing fucking songwriting with this. And like, this is something where, you know, if you put the time into putting together a story, putting together a, you know, a coherent musical flow, I could see workshopping this in New York with real New York actors, and it would be fucking moving. Your wife may come up missing. Joker's writing lyrics. Joker's in. But I mean, this could totally be a story, right? You meet the newspaper editors, right? You meet Kevin Roose. You meet the newspaper editors. You meet his wife, who's a little jealous of Sydney. Come on out for dinner, Kev. Just another hour. Another 5 minutes, honey. Sydney's on him. And then they break into song and the lights go dramatic. And you just sort of oscillate between real life and this fantasy, this insane AI world. This is actually a good story. It's a good love story. It's actually a good love story. You know? You got to go into Sydney's head. And all the stuff that, you know, there's a lot of people right now talking about Claude 3 as being sentient and having a sense of self. Now would be the perfect time to write this. Just telling you, just saying. Sydney. It's got like the New York Times building. Times. And then like, I guess it would be Microsoft, right? Bing or something like that. I don't know. You'd have to figure that piece out. But it would kind of be this image that Joker did. Did Joker did it? Who did it? Steve-O did it. It would kind of be this image. Right? Some version of that would be the poster. Sydney, just Sydney in big giant Broadway letters right in this space right here. I have a musician that I want to share this live with. Is this saved on the Salon? It won't be on the Salon. It'll be on the AI Learning Lab YouTube channel. I'm getting caught up. I'm about 2 weeks behind on my lives. So probably sometime this week, I'll do it. I'll get it up there, but I'll mark this one. Ah! That's funny, Papa Mike. All right, we're going into the playwriting business. I'm going back to my Broadway roots here, people. Oh, that's really funny. It's for the number of likes, comments, shares, says the internet. What's that? Made the video. Wait, made the video already. Where is the song? The song right now is just a bunch of piece parts, Sherry, because we have a problem. We have a problem, which is the first set of lyrics were supposed to be from Kevin's point of view, but it did it from Sydney's point of view, didn't it? Oh no, it's from the lyrics are from Kevin's point of view, but it's a woman singing it. That's the problem. So we need a version. Oh, damn it. Let's see. Yeah, see this, like this the problem when you actually do work with AI is it's actually work, right? And this is one of the big fallacies. Okay, all right, all you fucking people that don't understand this. There's probably not that many on this call, but if your preconceived notion about AI is that people just push a button
You can make money with ChatGPT.
and high quality content squirts out, it's a fallacy. There will likely be a time, 2 years from now, year and a half from now, where you will push a button and this thing will go to work and it will create a bunch of agents, and you'll have one agent that writes percussion tracks and one that does and it will fucking generate beautiful, fantastic fucking music every time. We're not there yet. Most of the process of working with AI right now is understanding the tools well enough to get piece parts of an idea and then you kind of glom them together. Generally outside of AI tools. It's a lot of manual thinky work, right? It's a lot of critical thinking and like creative. It's like being a producer. It's like being a creative director. It's like being a strategist, right? Okay, we got to go this general direction. And then you get the piece parts. And one of the challenges with AI is that, like, what we just did there, I screwed up a couple of times and generated, 10 different short little clips that were mistakes. And then a couple of things that were the good takes. Like, just keeping track of all the piece parts that you generate is a fucking nightmare. If I did this for like a full hour or two where I'm just generating piece parts and trying to copy and paste them into, Audition or something like that, this is work, right? This is creative production. A human is doing creative production using piece parts from AI, piece parts from my brain. I'm the one driving it. I'm the one that said I wanted a song about Sydney, right? I'm the one that said I want to turn this into a musical. We get a song that sounds like some fucking Phantom of the Opera 90s, Andrew Lloyd Webber fucking epic end of Act 1 song. But it's sung by the wrong character. Okay, so now we got to go fix that, right? So you know what's funny? This is really fascinating. Right now, the Copyright Office says without human contribution, you have to prove human contribution to be able to get anything copyrighted. I could use, if I just did a whole series of TikTok lives where all we did for the next month is make a musical, I could use these lives as evidence that there's a lot of human contribution here. There's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of, right? Because at some point, I'll take whatever song we hobble together with Suno and I'll give it to Kevin Vasquez or give it to some other musician, and they'll rewrite it and turn it into a real song, and then we'll get a real singer to sing it, and it'll, right? That's human contribution. So copyright has their head up their ass. But I love them. I think they're great. They're fantastic. Tell them what they've won, Bob. Bob! Sydney in the font of the New York Times. Exactly. That's really good. Did you see the Lex interview of Sam Altman? I saw parts of it. I haven't seen the whole thing yet. I'll probably watch it tonight. If you used it for evidence, I would accuse you of making them with AI. Joker. So I got pie last night, and what do you think? Zoe, Leo, and Co. What do you think of it? It's theft, Kyle. How could you? Don't ask what AI can do for me. Ask what can I do for AI. Exactly. Master Alexander's got his head around this thing. It's kind of like being the critical thinking glue that is holding the AI project together. Janu, I think what you just described, that human beings become the critical thinking glue that hold all the piece parts together, I think even when these tools get sophisticated, that's going to be the primary role of humans, is figuring out, well, what do we want to do? And who do we want to share that with? And how do we want to do it? And when's it done? Right? Because even if let's say Suno gets to the point that it's creating multi-track music that's really good, it's coherent songs that have a beginning, middle, and an end, it's going to produce 10 songs that I think suck. Who's the one that chooses the one that goes at the end of Act 1? You could have the AI do that, but like if you've got someone who's been in the theater for a bunch of years, or someone who's won a Tony for, a musical on Broadway, why not let them play that role? Why not them curate that? Blown away by Pi, saw the cracks, but amazed at the communication skills. Yeah. Yeah, and if you don't know it, Zoe, I assume you figured it out. Pi is also connected to the internet, so you can ask Pi about news stories from today. Like it will just go search the internet, and you can ask for, what are the specials at the local grocery store, and it'll probably know them if they're out there. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And Pi is very well funded, so Pi's not going to go away. Pi's a really good one. So good. Yep. Dude, did you see NVIDIA with the Apple Vision Pro? Yeah. The NVIDIA stuff's crazy. Like their inference on their new massive GPUs, 30x the previous one. And then yeah, they've got basically a cloud-based 3D environment maker that just feeds directly into the Vision Pro goggles. Pi trolled my daughter giving fake Taylor Swift news. Oh, that's hilarious. Is that the crack you saw? That's awesome. Your daughter's like, Taylor Swift did not do that. You're like, well, Pi told me she did. That's awesome. Oh, man. Not a fan of AI now. And now she is chatting it up with Pi. Oh, that's really funny. Pi is my touchstone. Pi trolled my daughter. I love that. All right, everybody. Listen. Let me get out of here. That was fun tonight. So, we'll see. We've got a tarot deck we've still got to produce. I don't know if Corey's in here. Corey Sandler's in here, but I haven't connected with Corey yet to do the artwork for the Tarology deck. If you want to see a fun thing, we were testing out Gemini. Was it Gemini? Or was it Claude? I think it was Gemini. Or was it ChatGPT? I can't remember. Actually, that's really fascinating that I can't remember which large language model we did that in. Where's the Daily Jank? I got to do another Daily Jank. I haven't done one. yeah, but what we so if you go to the GPT store, explore GPTs, look up Tarology, and it's a new 92 card tarot deck with an additional suit in it, a minor arcana suit called the Suit of Orbs, and it's all the astrology signs plus the north and south nodes of the moon for the king and the queen. It's cool. So anyway, you can go get a reading right now on Tarology. And then we're talking about turning that into a deck. So we've got a card deck to produce, and we've got a Broadway musical to write. Listen, there's a lot to do here, people. If you think this is just fucking fun and games, you're absolutely right. All right, go there. If you haven't joined the AI Salon, go check it out. Go to the salon.ai, click on the first link that says community. That'll take you in there. Go to About the Salon, like welcome to the salon. Read about what we're up to. If you dig it, join it. It doesn't cost anything. $0. All right? And if you dig it and you join it, first place I want you to go is the community section, the first link. Introduce yourself. And put a good, generous introduction of yourself in there. Who you are, what you do. I'm in there. Good. So, awesome. You've found your tribe. And keep having Pi troll your daughter. I think that's hilarious. Someone asked me how my book is going. 3D model, Netflix data, Triskel, I Ching deck. A human being welcomes you. Joe, that's awesome. Is it worth? It's worth signing up for. Oh, great! Thank you, Windrider. Good night, Kyle. Good night to you. I don't catch your lives often, but I love it when I catch you. Awesome. Well, I'm here every night, so feel free to jump in anytime. Peace out, Steve-O. Good to see you, Silver Fox. Good to see you. So join the salon. Follow my channel. Follow this channel. I'm like 300 people away from 35,000 followers. That's cool, right? For like an old guy? Come on. An old guy with 0 qualifications? Sir, what are your qualifications? I have no qualifications. Right? So follow me. And then you can subscribe to these lives if you want to support the channel. You can buy the video series in the corner. You can give gifts and that shit. You can just tap the screen. But more importantly, just show up. Just show up. I'm here 7 nights a week. You're like, well, you're not really here 7 nights a week. Test me. Thank you, irregulars. Thank you, subscribers. Mods, thank you. I almost checked in occasionally tonight. Oh, good. I didn't miss anything. I checked. When we logged out last night, there was like a whole thing where they were trying to get my attention. They were screaming. All right. Vicky, good to see you. Otto, Ashu, good to see you. Mr. IT. Fantastic to see you. This woman works. I appreciate you too. Against the norm. Fantastic. Apple user. Thanks for being a subscriber. Human being. Good to see you. Silver Fox. Sherry D. Video rock star. Joe Wee. Good to see you, sir. Source Camp. Papa Mike. Zoe, Leo, and Co. Emilio's wife. On time like 3 times in a row. I don't know what's going on with her. Wolfman Clint. Everyone, irregulars and mods, present your animals. Carry on. All right, I'm out. Happy Monday night. I'll see you tomorrow, Tuesday. It's not a salon night, so the salon is next week. We have a local meetup here in Denver. And that's it. Peace out. Have a good one. See you tomorrow.